I'm Carrie Milbank, and this is Tennis Week on location at Central Park. The U.S. Davis Cup team continued defending their 2007 title, advancing to the semifinals by beating the French squad. Andy Roddick sealed the deal for the U.S. in the fourth rubber, defeating Paul-Henri Mathieu in straight sets 6-2, 6-3, 6-2. Next up for Roddick and company is Spain, who swept Germany to reach the semis. The match will be played in an undetermined location in Spain, but one thing is for certain, they will play on a clay court, so watch out for Rafa Nadal. On the other side of the draw, Davydenko and the Russians versus Argentina, who knocked out the Swedes over the weekend. Earlier today, I had a chance to catch up with TennisWeek's editor-at-large, Richard Evans. Check it out. Hi, Richard. Thanks for joining us. Now, what do you make of the news that Roger Federer has hired a coach?
Hi, Carrie. Well, if Roger Federer wanted some expert advice on clay, he's gone to the right man. Jose Higueras helped Michael Chang and Jim Courier win the French Open. He's one of the best coaches in the world, a real expert on clay, having grown up in Barcelona and been Spanish #1. And he's just the sort of man who can give Roger Federer that little bit of extra expertise and help him with his one remaining ambition, which is to win the French Open.
All right, well now how about Andy Roddick? I mean, ever since he left as coach, he's been on a tear, winning in San Jose and Dubai, continuing to be a dominant force in the Davis Cup, and of course, beating Roger Federer at the Sony Ericsson Open.
Yes, Andy Roddick obviously took what he could from Jimmy Connors. I'm sure it was good advice, and now he's gaining in confidence practically every week. It was a great performance again in the Davis Cup in Winston-Salem last weekend. He's really turning himself into one of the great Davis Cup performers. He steps up to the mark. He plays his best tennis when he's playing for the United States. Obviously, the very fast court in Winston-Salem really helped him.
All right, now, Nadal has apparently expressed some displeasure at what some are calling a very U.S.-centric schedule. Have you heard much about this, or whether or not the ATP plans to adjust the schedule at all?
Well, there's unrest amongst the top male players on the tour at the moment, and the scheduling is just one of their problems. It's not going to get resolved quickly. The answer, of course, is television, and in that period of the year, Rafael Nadal, quite understandably from the European point of view, says why should the tennis calendar be dictated to by American college basketball? Good question, but it's a fact that it is.
Okay, well, as always, thank you very much for your insight, Richard, and we'll catch up with you soon. That's going to do it for now, but tune in later this week for our first installment of our tennis gear guide, just in time for the spring tennis season. I'm Carrie Milbank. Thanks for watching.